What's up, everybody, and welcome back. This is the 4th annual Peastone Cup. We're at Lower Bob's and we got 1 week to fire this up. We got some maintenance work to do. We want to build some new shit to keep it exciting. So this year, we're gonna demo the Twinkie, it's gone. We're gonna put a spine in. We're resurrecting the original coping from the original spine 10 years ago. The other obstacle is an extension of the main bank with the hips. We're gonna do a little concrete hard edge cap, and this is in honor of our fallen brother, the late great Thomas Taylor. 1 week, a lot of shit to do. It's our first thing in routine maintenance is let's fill all the cracks, let's fix all the holes. So in the past, we've been using Ardex, but now that's out of the budge once again. We're gonna run this Sakrete fast setting cement patcher. It's half the cost. It works just as well. All right, so classic DIY dilemma. Where do we get the water? And our lovely friends that have been occupying the front street at Bob's have tapped into the fire hydrant. Now, do I advise this? I don't know. Now, do you want to drink it? Probably not. Take a bath, shower if you need to, clean up, but watch your eyes, watch your mouth. Pink eye. That's how she gets it. Start with a little water, use a little of the patcher, mix them up, find a wetter consistency. It sets up in 20 minutes to 4 hours. I'm not buying it. In the sun, this shit is setting up in like 10 minutes. Give it an hour to skate or feel it with your hands, test it out. So don't mix too much or you might waste your product. Second order of business, what are we building? We decided we're gonna cut into the Twinkie, demo the Twinkie out, bring the original spine coping back to life, and put a spine where the pump bump was. The fucking coping hasn't seen much action since Stalin grinded over the fire pit. But now we're gonna bring it back, and I know there's gonna be some carnage. So once we figured out what radius transition we needed, then we brought our coping in. Now at this point, we're just figuring out where it matches and meets that transition. So once we found that perfect spot, we locked it in with 2x4s, got this coping propped up in place. So if you want to do this proper and you want your concrete to stick and not fall away or crack away over time, what we did was we had a little welder, had that plugged into our generator, and we weld some little pieces of rebar L's to the bottom of this coping. And then it basically just is something to tie your other stick into. So when we laid that 6-foot radius on the Twinkie, as soon as it left the Twinkie and we saw a gap underneath, bam, make a mark. That's where our cut begins. We know that at that point, we need new concrete to build the spine. We had no idea what we had put in there originally. We found out it was chicken wire mesh, there was rebar. Cut through all of that. At that line that we snapped, you want to at least expose 2 inches of broken away concrete so that the new concrete has somewhere to live. Then we packed it with fill, rocks, debris, anything. We checked with our transitions to make sure that none of our rebar or fill was proud, and now it's time to pour. 140 bags later, 20 dudes, 2 dogs. We knew this spine was gonna take a lot. We've done the spine before, but this was kind of a new spine, built into something existing. We thought, we gotta build something else. It seemed to work out great if we did an addition to the bank. Give it some real juice, Siegel. I think this will give you options for up to grinds, big fucking airs, manuals, you name it. We knew that we wanted to keep the exact angle of the bank going. So we're running our plywood right to the point of the existing bank. We're gonna lag in some 2x4s underneath. It's just like you're building a ramp, you build a wall underneath, supporting arms, this and that. For like lumber purposes for this, you could go to Home Depot, buy some 2x4s. Go to Dad's shed, steal some 2x4s. You could buy CDX, plywood. We went even cheaper, OSB, 3/4. It's like the cheapest plywood you can get, but it's still strong enough to skate. And as long as you put your studs 16 inches on center down this bank, no one's going through it. It's gonna hold up great. But the concrete hard edge cap. So in order to do this, at the top of your bank, you form over a nice little trough that we could fill with our concrete for this hard edge cap. you want it to be a little stronger than some regular concrete. So we're just going with the Sakrete high strength 5,000 plus PSI concrete mix. Now what this does is it's just a stronger PSI in the concrete, and that's gonna allow you to grind this thing without chipping out crete like you would on a regular bag. A typical concrete mix is like 3,500 PSI, pounds per square inch. As you increase that, there's more cement in the mix. So the more cement, the stronger the concrete. I'm not saying it's not gonna chip, but this is gonna help it last a little longer. All right, we got 1 week left, so we gotta get the fuck to work. We can't wait till everyone gets up here. We're skating in honor of all of our fallen brothers. That's why we do this. Let's get together, let's shred, let's build this. Let's do it every year till they burn this place down. We're looking forward to you guys getting back, and we'll be here until then.